Hi there, Deepti. My name is Ellen, and I'll be correcting these essays for you. So let's take a look at what you did in this first set. Schools, if they should be more entertaining. Let's see what you wrote. Nowadays, many schools are including outdoor games, fun activities, and camping into their curriculum to make schooling an enjoyable experience and taking pride in showcasing them in their marketing campaigns. Though sometimes parents feel this to be an extravagant and diversion from education, this can have quite a positive impact on children. This essay will discuss these issues using examples from Stanford University and New York Times survey to demonstrate points and support arguments. Okay, so Dipti, this is good on the whole. There were a couple of mistakes that I absolutely really want to fix. Okay. And they deal primarily with grammar and vocabulary. Okay, so the first thing was this. Many schools are including, and okay, blah, 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 you got all this, and taking pride in. So it took me a while to understand that you use this taking because it belonged to the same R. So they are including and they are taking. It was a little bit of a stretch, but it's fine. It's fine. Let's see. And then here you had a mistake. You need to use the same form. So it is an extravagance. Okay, so you need the noun form and a diversion from education. Okay? Then, it's not enough to say you're going to discuss these issues because we don't want, this is not an essay where it's asking you to discuss both views and give your opinion. They're very clearly asking what you believe. Okay? So you say this, sometimes parents feel. That's not what the essay asks. The essay doesn't want to know what the parents feel. They want to know what you feel. And so I'm assuming that this is your opinion. This can have quite a positive effect. So you need to be careful when you do these types of essays. When it asks which do you agree with, or to what extent do you agree or disagree, that you are presenting your opinions. Anything other than that is considered irrelevant. So you really need to keep that in mind, okay? All right, so let's take a look at what you wrote. Oh, I'm sorry. There was one more thing I want to mention. University should be capitalized. So using examples from Stanford University and a New York Times, again, capitalize that T to demonstrate points. Okay? So those details there, and let's move on. Firstly, it is seen that school education is a foundation for life for children as they develop necessary skills in schools, which become the base for their lifelong career path. For example, Stanford University, again, capital, studies show that 65% of children develop and recognize their specific ability and skills in schools, which they later choose to hone in college and pursue as a career. Therefore, it is essential that schools utilize their time. All right, you want to use subjunctive here without the must. So it is essential that schools utilize their time to focus more on the syllabus. Okay. Secondly, popular opinion is that schools are paid. No, schools aren't paid. The teachers are paid. So, secondly, popular opinion is that teachers are paid to teach in classes, and there can be many other ways to entertain who at home? Entertain the teachers? That's the only people that you've talked about here. So it's incorrect to use them here. Let's try it again. Popular opinion is that teachers are paid to teach in classes, and there can be many other ways to entertain youngsters at home which do not require any cost. For instance, parents who earn money by working in labor jobs might find it a waste of money to have schools spend their hard-earned money on recess programs. Hence, it seems logical that schools' first and foremost job is to only teach students and help children to build a career to be self-sufficient when they grow up. Okay, I wasn't crazy about this sentence here. Like, why just the people who have manual? I think you meant manual labor. Why only these people? Like, I didn't really think that that was particularly helpful. It's as if you're saying, oh, but people who are doctors, lawyers, or architects might think, hey, this is a great thing. So I didn't really like that, and I didn't feel that this sentence was particularly helpful, and I didn't feel like it helped your development. So what could you have said? You could have said teachers are paid to teach in classes, and there can be other ways to entertain children at home, which do not require any cost. Let's see. Example, children can perform in little plays or watch movies with their families at home, but focus on academic work while in school. That would make sense here. And then let me see, pursue a career. Okay, fine. So this idea about pursuing a career was talked about here. That's fine. Okay, so let's move on. Okay. On the other hand, now you have to be careful with it on the other hand. Here's the thing. When you use firstly, you have to use a secondly. When you use on the one hand, you have to use on the other hand. So here you've kind of mixed these up. Since you are going to be switching sides, it now appears that firstly is incorrect and you shouldn't have used it. You should have used instead on the one hand. Okay, so on the one hand and then on the other hand. Let's try it again. On the other hand, making classes more enjoyable can lead to good personality development, greater social skills, and creativity. This is because who is they? You said they interact, but you're not telling us who. It could be teachers, it could be principals. You have to make it clear. So this is because students interact more among themselves. As per a New York Times survey, children who get educated from schools which give more emphasis on outdoors programs have 75% more chances of a successful career in leadership jobs than traditional schools. Okay, this should actually say than children from traditional schools because you're comparing children with children, not children with schools. Okay, be careful with that. Okay, hence, it is apparent that only the study of basic subjects is not sufficient for a bright and successful career for children. Another advantage is that children look forward to going to schools, and this is not some burdensome task for them because they have a good time in school. Okay, I kind of want to switch this around a little bit. Feels kind of chunky, and I think we need to do a little more. I think we need to do a little better cohesion here. I don't want to see the word schools so much, essentially. So another advantage of entertaining classrooms is that they cause children look forward to attending their classes. And this is not some burdensome task for them because they have a good time. Full stop. You don't even need to say in school. Okay? So, for example, children who are, I think you mean only children. That's the word we use when you're an only child. So, for example, children who are only children wait for vacation to end as they like being in classes with their classmates than children who study in conventional schools. Okay, I can't really say this was the strongest support you could have added here. I don't really feel like this example of the only child is particularly relevant or it's helpful or meaningful in any real way. I definitely would have changed that. Let's see. Another advantage that children look forward to going to school, and it's because it's not okay. This also results in higher test scores because children are more focused when they are in their classes. So that would have been okay. That would have been relevant here. All right. Let's see. To conclude from the examples and arguments given, I firmly believe that schools should do more than just teach, not teaching, basic subjects and classes. It is predicted that in future there will be a sharp increase in the addition of entertaining ways of teaching children to make education more fun than an arduous burden. Okay. fine. I thought that for your first attempt, it was fine. You did a nice job. You developed, you had things to say, you had ideas. So in a lot of ways, it was good. There were some little things that I definitely wanted to see improved, but for your first essay, I definitely feel like it's a good start. Okay, let's see what you wrote in this set. It has always been a subject of debate for parents whether activities are more useful for skills development for a child or reading books. Okay, again, when you're doing these kinds of structures, I've noticed now, both in this and the previous essay, that you're having some problems. What are you really telling us here? Activities are more useful for skills development for a child, or activities are more useful for skills development for reading books. Like, do you understand what happens when you construct your sentences like this? It's really unclear. Okay, so you could have done this differently. It has always been a subject of debate for parents whether activities or reading books are more useful for skills development of a child or for a child. Okay, that's the way you want to do that. The reading books does not belong here. All right, though there are plenty of benefits of reading a book, I feel that activities are a better option because they incubate necessary social and personal skills along with creativity. This essay will discuss both learning ways using examples from Harvard University studies, capitalize that U, and New York Times survey, and a New York Times survey to demonstrate points and support arguments. Okay, fine. Let's see. I feel that they're a better option. Let's see what you actually said. I'm going to tell you right away. You did this again. This should have been on the one hand, and this should have been on the other hand, but not firstly and on the other hand. So, firstly, there are many books available in the market for word and puzzle game number puzzles, which improve the analytical abilities of children. Apart from that, there is a vast array of children's books such as Black Beauty, Little Women, Harry Potter, which are excellent to stimulate empathy, imagination, and creativity in the brain. Recent Harvard University capitalized that U studies showed that children who read books before bedtime are found 34% more creative and empathetic than those who do not read books. Secondly, reading books might be very useful for learning a language. It is generally seen that children who are avid readers have better vocabulary, grammar, and reading comprehension than other children. Okay, just because you have those in your own language, it doesn't mean, okay, fine. That's fine. Okay, learning a language, I interpreted it to mean a second language or a foreign language, but it doesn't have to be. You're right. Okay, have better vocabulary than other children. Therefore, books are a good medium for children's brains to evolve analytically and emotionally. Okay, good. On the other hand, activities such as painting, building blocks, make-believe play, and crafting are a great source of improving creativity. Recently, a New York survey showed that these pastimes, when enjoyed on a regular basis for at least 1 hour, no. Recently, a New York Times survey showed that when these pastimes were enjoyed on a regular basis for at least 1 hour, creativity in children improved by 24%. You did something different, showed that these pastimes, I don't like this, when enjoyed, because what you're doing, these pastimes improve. These pastimes, it's kind of awkward. These pastimes, when enjoyed on a regular basis for at least 1 hour, improve, that's it, improve creativity in children. There we go. In addition to that, they develop communication and interpersonal skills when these hobbies involve more than one child. It is observed that children become more social and cooperative than children who read books in solitude. Hence, activities are very important for developing children's personality and crucial social skills along the way. Okay, you do this a lot, this comparison, this than. If you get it right, then fantastic. But I'm finding in multiple instances that you are having a problem with this, language of comparison, how to show it like this with the thans and with everything like that. So I want you to be careful. Let's see. To conclude, I believe that playing games and activities are more helpful when it comes to improving creative and social skills for children in the future. It is predicted that parents and teachers will give more emphasis on activities, seeing the tremendous benefits on children's growth. Okay, so on the whole, Deepti, I like this essay. I thought you did a good job. There were little things along the way, but they weren't anything super severe or anything like that. Generally speaking, I thought it was a nice attempt. So I'm pretty happy with this. As far as a first essay set is concerned, I would say you did quite well. So congratulations. I'm really looking forward to your next set of essays. But along with your next set of essays, I want you to send these corrected, and I also want you to send your essay correction list. So the mistakes and the right version next to your mistakes, okay? All right, so go ahead and get that started, and let's meet back here. I'll be looking forward to it, so good luck.